There are many social inequalities in Dutchess County that relate to overall health of the county's population. One of the most pressing issues are the increasing rates of obesity among the poorer populations, particularly with middle school and high school children. This is most apparent when looking at the poverty rates and obesity rates of many of the county districts. According to the Dutchess County 2013-2018 Community Health Assessment and Community Health Improvement Plan update, disparities may begin early in life, as evidenced by the higher rates of children with obesity in school districts where there are higher rates of poverty. If we further elaborate on the variables that influence obesity, we can identify some of the distal factors. Those include the rural areas with limited access to walking paths, sidewalks, or not closely located to play or park spaces. If you have to get into your car and drive 20 minutes to get to a park, is that helpful or harmful? A second distal factor could be the demographics of the residents. Approximately 15% of the population in this area is considered to be living below the poverty line. The Community Health Assessment reports that since 2010, unemployment has declined, although poverty rates further increased between 2010 and 2015. Poverty is a strong indicator of health status and is most heavily concentrated in the urban centers and eastern rural areas of Dutchess County. Some of the immediate factors that influence obesity are the health culture of the area. Living in the eastern part of Dutchess County, which happens to be the least populated area, we have no large healthcare facilities. Hospitals, clinics, and most primary care physicians are located 15 to 40 minutes away. This limited access does not help to support preventative care or give education on nutrition. Proximate factors of influence are also very important. Some of those would include beliefs and behaviors, and of course those two greatly impact obesity and overweight rates for both adults and children. Genetics are going to continue to play a role in how we eat, how fat is put onto our bodies, if we have a greater risk of type 2 diabetes, all of those things. And of course, the big issue is the social injustice for the poor and individuals living below the poverty line in the area. They don't really have a voice. There's not a whole lot of community action that happens in regards to gaining new food sources. We have farms in the areas, but that doesn't make actually easy access to healthy options. We have no local grocery store. The average distance is 9 miles or 20 miles, but the grocery store about 9 miles away, the food prices are almost double. Social supports in the area are also very limited. Many of the houses in these rural neighborhoods are very far apart, leaving a lack of community. You don't really see your neighbors. The support for well-being, being outside with them, it's really something that doesn't happen very frequently. Other intermediate factors of influence are the occupations of area residents. Local options for work are limited to small retail stores, fast food restaurants, or they require really long commutes. So the area that I live in boasts super commuters, which are employees who often make a 2-hour one-way commute either to New York City or Albany. The part of Dutchess County where I live is equal distance to either of those metropolitan areas, and I myself am a super commuter. So basically what happens is you leave at 6 o'clock in the morning, get home at 7 p.m. So with that in mind, most of those super commuters don't have the time or energy to cook or find healthy food options. So local food sources are very important. Some possible policies that could help alleviate the obesity rates in the area would be to help economically bring back jobs to the area. We had 2 very large state hospitals close in the late 80s and mid 90s, and we lost thousands of jobs, leaving thousands of people unemployed. So our unemployment rate is currently about average. However, again, there's people like me who make enormously long commutes because finding jobs in the area is not easy. Also, having other access to activities, local parks, more community spaces would definitely help alleviate some of the obesity rates if there was more of a neighborhood feel where people could participate in activities together. All of that support is helpful. And if you want to know more about my area, I encourage you to visit duchessnewyork.gov. There's plenty of information on obesity rates, poverty rates, and a lot of social inequalities in my neighborhood. Thanks.